Hey guys, so this video is all about setting your goals. And what I want you to do is I want you to just really surrender to your intuition, to your unconscious mind. And the reason why I'm asking you to do this is because often when we goal set, we do this with our conscious mind, right? And our conscious mind is the one who really decides what our goals are. Okay, we're logically thinking, right, this is what I want to achieve in this year, right? But our unconscious mind, it's really the one that gets the things done. And in reverse, our unconscious mind is also the one that self-sabotages. It's also the one that actually stops us from taking action. Okay, so if you want to get results and you actually want to reach your goals this year, then we need to work with both the conscious mind, okay, and the subconscious mind, because we really want to tap into that intuition, and we really want to do that in order to help us get there in the most powerful way. So, what I want you to do is, before you get any further, I want you to have a piece of paper and a pen, because what's going to come up with your subconscious mind, I really want you to jot that down, okay? This is really, really important, okay? That you don't overanalyze, you don't second guess what's coming up for you, but you really go with your intuition and what your body and your mind is telling you, okay? So I want you to make sure that you pause this video when you need to, so that you've got enough time to really surrender, really tap into that intuition, and then really jot down what's coming up for you before you move on to the next section. So I want you to sit in a really quiet, relaxing place. I don't want you to be doing this when there's kids running around, when the washing machine's going, when your mobile phones are distracting you. Okay, I want you to be in a quiet place where you can tap into both the conscious and the unconscious mind, where you've got your pen and paper to hand. Okay, so what I want you to do now is I want you to really surrender. I want you to really just be really present in the current moment. So I want you to take a good few minutes to really become present and really breathe into this moment, okay? So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a few breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. So in through your nose for around 4, holding for 1, and out for 5. Okay, so I'm going to do this once with you, and then I want you to pause this and continue on until you feel nice and relaxed. So in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want you to keep your eyes closed, okay? Pause this if you need to continue on for a little bit more breath work, but if you're ready, keep your eyes closed and let's get started. So what I want you to do is I want you to ask your conscious mind whether it's okay to tap into and to speak to your subconscious mind. And I want you to remember that, your subconscious mind is the one that gets all this shit done, okay? Is the one that comes up with the blocks. It's it's unpredictable, right? But it's eccentric, right? It's like an eccentric person who is so clever, is so smart, but just doesn't make sense, right? They're just not logical. This is your subconscious mind. So I want you to really ask yourself, ask your conscious mind whether it's okay to tap into that subconscious part and for your subconscious mind to give you a sign, okay? So keep your eyes closed, breathe, and just wait for that sign, okay? And it's going to be different for everybody. It could be a feeling that you get. It could be you get a picture in your mind and immediately come up, okay? Could be you get kind of like goosebumps, okay? That's a sign from your unconscious mind that it's okay. It's okay to tap into it, okay? So I want you to gain that permission before you go any further. And once you've done that, we're going to start to get really clear on exactly what your goals are. Okay. So keeping your eyes closed, I want you to really think about what goal is it that you want to achieve. Okay. And you're going to be a bit vague to begin with, you know. And if we're talking about your business here, it could be, I want more clients in my business this year. But what we want to do is we want to make this very specific. So keeping your eyes closed, taking deep breaths, go from the general to the very specific. So if your goal is, for example, to create more clients in your business, right, this year, let's make it even more specific. So I want to sign 2 new clients every single month, right? Or by the 30th or 31st, the end date of every single month, I want to have signed 2 new clients, one in paid in full and one on a 6-month payment plan. And then jotting down, so just thinking about it in your mind, what that specifically would be income wise. Okay. So I want you to pause this video, take some breaths, go from the general to the very specific using your subconscious mind. And then once you've done that, I want you to open your eyes and I want you to jot this down on your piece of paper and your pen so that you can refer back to that. Okay, so great work. You wrote that down. You wrote down your specific goal. Now, a lot of people default on their goals because they let their past dictate their future, right? But the only thing that actually dictates your future is the present moment. So, what we are going to do is a very powerful timeline technique where we are going to really delve into your unconscious mind and we're going to elicit your goals from the future so that that is going to affect your current actions in the present to make sure that you are most successful at achieving these goals. So what I want you to do is get back to that breathing, okay? So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to get really relaxed. I want you to be breathing in 4 in through your nose, holding for 2 and out for 5. And I want you to do that for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to do 1 breath for you. And then I want you to pause this and really become relaxed, okay? So in through the nose for 4 and out. And as you're doing these breaths in through the nose, holding and out through the nose, I want you to just be aware of your shoulders. Just drop your shoulders. I want you to be aware of your jaw. You know, is it relaxed or is it tense? I want you to be aware of your hands. Are they relaxed and on your knees or by your sides? I want you to just really relax every part of your body, taking these deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Okay. And I want you to keep your eyes shut. Once you've done that and you're nice and relaxed, I want you, without thinking, to first point to your past, okay? What direction, when you think of your timeline, would you point to for your past? And once you've done that, I want you to point to the direction of your future, okay? And then I want you to point towards the present, the here and the now. And once you've got that timeline and you can point to the past, the future and the present, right? I want you to keep your eyes closed, okay? And I want you to really get in touch with the present moment, the here and the now on your timeline, okay? I want you to visually see that and sit firmly on this part of your timeline, okay? Now, I want you to allow your creative mind to be free and for your unconscious mind to really guide you in this part, okay? I want you to really turn your attention inwards and really trust and be in tune with your intuition, that gut feeling you get, and the unconscious mind, rather than really thinking about anything that's logical, because your unconscious mind is not logical, okay? This is getting in touch with your higher self. This is such a powerful technique that will really help you with your goals, okay? So I want you to imagine that it's really possible for you to move through time as if there was no such thing as time, okay? And I want you to visit the future that's being created right now. So as we speak in this present moment, your future is being created by your current actions. Now, I want you to move through from this present moment where you are firmly on your timeline to your future self, who has already achieved these goals that you first set out, that you wrote down, that you were very specific about. So once you've done that and you can see the future of you achieving this goal, I want you to ask your future self, when will you achieve this outcome? How long in the future actually is this? Okay. And just imagine that you can float along this timeline, okay, all the way towards the part of your future where you have actually achieved this goal, okay? And I want you to get into that moment where you can actually visualize, you can see, okay, not from a place of the present, but from being in that place of the future. I want you to be in that place of the future where you have achieved this goal and you are watching it happening right now. You're in it, okay? You are it. Your goal is happening right now. So I want you to fully embody this moment right now. I want you to really think about, what does it look like? What are you wearing in this moment? Yeah. Look down, look at your shoes. You know, what do your shoes look like? Have you got comfies on? Have you got high heels on? You know, what are your trousers like? Have you got any funky socks on today? Right? Really, really tap into exactly what you look like on that day. Okay, so I want you to take a few minutes to really think about that. Okay, how's your hair? What clothes are you wearing? Yeah. Then I want you to really think about, who are you with? Who's around you? What can you visually see outside of yourself, your surroundings? The very moment that you achieve that goal, the moment that you know that you achieved that goal, what does that look like for you? And this is going to look very different for many, many people. But I want you to really describe, I want you to say the words. If you're alone, I want you to say the words out loud of what you can see, what you're wearing, what you can see. And then I want you to really describe to yourself, what are you saying? You know, what's happening in that moment? Are you jumping up and down? Are you screaming for joy? Are you just sitting there looking really happy, really content, really in awe that you've actually tapped into your higher self and this moment has arrived? This moment that you are creating right now has arrived, and you are there, you are watching it, you're in it, it's unfolding. And when you've done that, I want you to think about, now you know what you can see, now you know who's around you, now you know what you're wearing, now you know what you're actually saying. How do you feel? Where are you feeling it in your body? Is it a warm feeling? Is it excitement? Is it nerves? Are you really happy? Exactly what do you feel right now? Is there a color? Is there a color that you're seeing somewhere in your body? Where is it in your body? What color is it? How does it make you feel? What does it represent? Okay, I want you to really tap into this. If you need to, you can pause this video and you can write this all down. But I want you to really feel it first. Really let yourself go and let the unconscious mind run wild with exactly what this is going to feel like, exactly what it is feeling like right now, being in that moment. So when you're hearing other people around you, now you've achieved this goal, what are the people saying about you? What does you achieving this goal, what, are people congratulating you? And what are you saying to yourself in your mind? What is the dialogue that you are having with yourself when you've achieved this goal? Okay. And just recognize this conversation, this dialogue that you're having with yourself. What emotions does this bring up? Is it a sense of satisfaction? Is it a sense of pride? What emotion is really coming up for you now that you've achieved this goal? Okay. How are you walking? Have you got your shoulders back? Are you standing tall? Are you standing proud? And how are you outwardly speaking? Are you speaking with bold confidence? Are you speaking in a soft, calm tone? Really explore those details. Really imagine them. Okay? Just be in that moment. Embody that higher self who's experiencing that future right now as that's being created as we speak. And once you've really, really tapped into that and you fully embody what that experience looks, feels, tastes, sounds like for you achieving that goal, that future reality that has happened, I want you to just point to your timeline, okay, to the present moment now, okay? And I want you to actually visualize from where you are in the future, okay, where you've achieved this goal. I want you to look back and I want you to point and visualize the present moment, okay? And when you are pointing back to the present moment, I want you to visually see all the steps that you've taken to reach that goal from the perspective of your future self, okay? And just take in how easy, how effortless this feels now that you've achieved the goal. You can clearly see the very simple events and turning points that happened for you that helped you achieve and create this goal. Okay, what steps did you take? What can you see? I want you to say this out loud, and I want you to stop once you've really tapped into it and write these down. Okay, and when you've thought about all the steps, I want you to be thinking about them and write them down. This is very, very important, as in the past tense, because you are writing these down, you're thinking about them, you're describing them from the future, from this event happening, looking back at the present moment, at the past. So I want you to write and think about them as in the past tense, okay? So what significant moments actually led to you achieving that goal? Okay, what steps were vital for the success in you actually completing this goal? And how did you actually continue to move forward and make progress when things came up that got in your way or when things became difficult? How did you overcome that? Again, saying and thinking as in the past tense. Okay. And specifically, what challenges and obstacles came up for you, and how did you overcome these? And what advice would this future version of yourself that you're now in give to your present day self? Okay. This is really important. This is where you're really tapping into your higher self, where the future has already happened. So I want you to really powerfully connect with all this information from your higher self, with all this advice, with all this wealth of knowledge of the future self and this feeling. Okay, I want you to hold on to this feeling. I want you to hold on to this knowledge. And I want you to just start to prepare yourself to bring back everything that's been of value, that's been most useful to you, that's going to inspire and encourage you to create this goal that's already happened in the future, okay? To create the future you that you know is possible for you, okay? So I want you to now float along your timeline, okay, back to the present moment, to the here and now, where we're speaking to each other, okay, the present self. And I want you to bring that connection with you, that future self connection, all that knowledge, okay, that you can tap into, all those feelings at any point, that is yours, okay, that is yours to keep. And you withhold that information within you, okay, it's coded within you right now. I want you to bring that back with you. And whenever you feel as if you have drifted down past your timeline into the present moment, I want you to open your eyes. And once you've done that and you've opened your eyes and you're back with the conscious mind in the present moment, I want you to get out your journal, okay? And if you were doing all this with your eyes shut, I want you to start to think about what was the most helpful thing to you within your journey. And what did you bring back from your future self, the future unfolding? What did you bring back to this present moment? Okay, and what's been the most important lesson that your future self has taught you? How has how have things changed for you now that you've explored successfully completing and accomplishing that goal? Okay. And finally, what will you do today that it's going to bring you much, much closer to your goal? Well, you did it. Well done. I'm so excited, and I would love to hear what you've journaled and what wealth of knowledge that your future self was able to give you by tapping into that unconscious mind.